Hi there, welcome to Campus Middle School, Jordan and family. So I got your email, but I am out of town, so I wanted to wait until I had a moment to actually respond via video because I feel like that might be a little better rather than just a quick email. So sorry it's taken all day, but I wanted to make sure that I got back to you. I was still traveling. If you log into our class, this is what I was showing you yesterday. And I remember you saying, oh my gosh, that's a lot. This is a lot. And yes, I'm sure learning about every single class, dealing with everything and looking for everything probably feels like a lot, and that's totally fine. So I thought this might be a good idea. You can always come back to this video if you've forgotten where to find something, and that might help you. When you log into my course, there will always be 3 folders. One for the week we're in, one for year-long information to help you, and then one for completed weeks. So if you're absent a week and you're like, oh, I need to finish that from week 3 and you were absent for whatever, you can go back in here and find that completed week. The first thing I'm actually going to go into is this year-long important docs and just go over just a few things. One is that we are really taking the time to learn about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. If you click in this folder, there's some videos, some websites to go to. I would love for you to spend some time especially watching the video together with your family because it gives a good background. You now have a small book that I gave you that should stay at home. That will help you because we do connect the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to the CNN that we watch every single Monday. So in here are just some, kiddos ask me questions all the time, things that come up. I start adding them here with the answers. So you can always look here. I've added a couple new questions and answers that have been asked recently, which is why they're highlighted. The next thing on here is that we do have an optional office hours meeting every Monday from 10 a.m. to 10:50. To join that meeting, it's the same link every week. You just click here and it'll take you directly to that meeting. That's a meeting where it's like you have one question. You may be on for 5 minutes, or maybe it's a question that's bigger that we need to talk more, and maybe you're on for half the time or all the time or whatever works for you, and you don't even have to get on. It is completely optional. Some few other hot links of some things that we'll be using throughout the year. I'm still working on videos here. Then down here, we are going to be having several Socratic seminars throughout the year. It might be something good to look at. This little right here, this is my introduction letter for the year. It'd be a great letter for you and your family to read together. So let me get back to our main page and let's just talk about a week in general would look a lot like this one. So I'm clicking in this first folder, which is for this week. Most of the time I'll have an overview video for you to watch about what's going on that week. And if there's not one here, there might be one just particular to Monday or just particular to your cohort. You will not see, these are the folders you'll see, although I see the other cohorts, you're only going to see the one you're in. So every Monday, you're going to click on this Happy Monday. In here, there's always going to be 2 jobs for you. On Mondays, we complete a geography challenge. If you remember, I gave you a book that has this cover on the front that stays at home. And my preference is it stays at home so it doesn't get destroyed going back and forth to school, and you'll be returning that at the end of the school year. So the geography challenges really are basic skills that we all need to know when it comes to geography challenges and match our standards. Each week, you're going to want to review the vocab, watch any videos I've provided, read any information I've given you, and then complete the assessment. So inside of the geography challenges folder, often there might be information, there might be something extra. Here's some information for you to read. And then if we get in here, I'm going to try and jump right into a preview for you so you can see what it will look like before you begin. So once this loads, it's often you're going to have information. I might give you some background information on what we're learning about. I might have you look over the map. It might give you a reminder of something we've discussed in class, which might be new to you, or it might be something that you talked about at your old school. Then it's just a reminder. You want to make sure you always look at the vocab. You always use the geography booklet. Here's a couple videos. Here's 1, here's 2. Please make sure you watch those before you hit Start New Attempt. You do have 1 attempt at this, and so you really want to take your time. Use the booklet. So for these questions, every time you hit next, it will save your answer. So let's say you do 4 of the questions, you're like, I'm hungry, I need a snack. You can go get a snack and come back to it. It will have saved your answers, even if you've gotten out of it, as long as you hit next before you do something else. Please make sure you read from all the way to the beginning, all the way at the end. Often there's something in there. To answer, you have 2 options. You can pull it up and let it go, and it will be there, or you can click the word and then click the box where you want it to go. So either way is fine. Once you've answered, you can hit next. You also have the option, you're like, oh, I'm not quite sure about that. I want to take some time on that. You can flag it and then move to the next question. This is one where it says click in the boxes. You have to click and type your answer. So this is one that all have to grade. So you might get done and it says like 11 out of 19. That doesn't mean that's your final score. I have to go in and grade some of these open-ended questions. Another type of question might be a drop down where you choose an answer, whatever that answer is that you will use based on the map that's in the book that I gave you. Another one of those drop down kind of questions. Another one here where you can click and do it that way, or you can drag and put it in there and put it in the box. Either is fine. Let's see, another one of those. This one is pretty cool. It's just a review, but you can click like this, or you can drag it up to the right spot or whatever. You're like, oh, that's not right. Let me look at the map again. This is one where I'm hoping that you try and do it from memory, and then before you submit it, you can double check. Let's move my face. Another one where we're talking about the oceans. And so now you go to here. If you notice here, I flagged this one. That's where you want to go back in, make sure you answer the question before you hit finish. So then you can go to review. Then you want to make sure it's a 2-step process. You hit finish, are you sure? And then you'll have to submit it. So let's see here. On here, back in the folder, sorry, I wanted to get out of that because it was showing other scores. And back in Monday, you're going to see a CNN 10. So you will watch the CNN 10 broadcast. It's 10 minutes. Then you will fill in a response form. You click right here to open your response form and to write in it. This is filled in for you. This is filled in. This is where you type. This is an example. So please make sure you take the time to read this example to see kind of ideas of how you do it. You will be creating just kind of a title. It can be 1 or 2 words. It can be silly. It can be shocking. 2 different things you've learned, either from one story within CNN 10 broadcast or a couple, that's fine. Any question or kind of I wonder statement that you have here, then one option. Either you make a connection, a prediction, a problem solution, or a cause and effect. All of these should be in complete sentences except for a title. Then you click on the tab here. This is where we're starting to connect the Universal Declaration of Human Rights to current events of our day. So a couple weeks ago, we had one. It was about Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying. So we connected number 21 is being supported. That right is being supported in the idea, in the story about her dying. This evidence, CER, is probably something you're going to hear all the time in language arts, all the time in social studies, and all the time in science. We use it for everything to kind of bring our thoughts together. In the evidence, you only give a short summary of the story. And then in reasoning is where you connect that story to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And you're telling me whether that right is being violated or that right is being supported. Do your best on this one. I'm going to be totally open to giving you full credit for anything that you're trying. And then maybe we can talk about this a little bit more in person or on those office hours next Monday. Now, on your days like today, when you go back to Q2, week 1, you're going to see your cohort. And in your cohort, you'll have 2 folders. One is the folder that we use on our in-person days, like you needed to use for your homework. So the homework that we assigned on Tuesday night was to do the vocab. So if you click in here in the in-person, as I had you write it in your planner, the terms that we looked at in the textbook in class were right here. Now for the homework for Wednesday night, here is the full Geography Alive chapter that you need. And then here are the workbook documents, just in case you maybe misplaced one or whatnot, then you can reprint them. That's everything you need for the in-person work or any in-person homework. Now we go back to our cohort A, and you'll see that you have a remote folder. This is where you'll find all of the work that you need to complete whatever was assigned to you for those 2 days. So I always put a slide deck here to kind of help give you some guidance. This is a reminder of what was expected on Monday. This is your Thursday homework. This is your Friday. Sometimes it's 2 separate things. This week, it's actually only 1. You were given 3 documents in class yesterday, and those are the documents that I want you to use as you're going through the exhibits found here. In the Thursday, Friday folder, I put 3 slide decks here for you. One is the 3 exhibits about pollution, Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3. And on the paper that has pollution at the top, you're going to find 3 interesting or important facts for Exhibit 1 and write it in the Exhibit 1 row. Then there's the second row is Exhibit 2. You're looking for 3 facts there. The third row is Exhibit 3, and you're looking for 3 facts there. Remember that you're going to use these notes to help you with our debate that's going to come up the week after next. So you want to really try and think about what would be a good debate to either support the fact that things are getting better in the Great Lakes, or the fact that they're actually still a lot of harm is happening in the Great Lakes, since you don't know which side of the debate that you'll be on yet. Then here is the next one for habitat loss, and here is the one on invasive species. Again, please reach out to me if you have any questions. This is a bit of an overview, kind of hopefully to get you going. I am available via email or the Remind app. If you want to join the Remind app, you can download it. It's best to sign up under a parent so the parent can see every single text message that we send, and you're allowed to send text message. If you do join the Remind app, your code for 4th period is the @, the number 4, and my last name, McDonald. So anything else that you need, I hope this is helpful, and I can't wait to see you in class next week.